You never wake up thinking that
today's the day.
Today's the day that something like this would happen.
We called 911 instantly after it happened, but I just panicked. I did a cowardly act of not staying there after an accident and taking it. I tried to cover it up.
Former rap mogul Marion Suge Knight unconscious in a Los Angeles courtroom, collapsing headfirst onto a chair just moments after his bail was set at $25 million in a murder case.
In a world where fame often casts a glittering veil over the lives of celebrities, there lies a shadowy truth that many are unaware of. Behind the dazzling lights and red carpets, there are stories of pain, tragedy, and loss. It's a sobering realization to discover that some of the most well-known figures have carried burdens unimaginable to their fans. Brandy Norwood, known for her angelic voice and captivating performances, once grappled with a haunting secret: a car accident that resulted in the loss of another person's life. Don King, the charismatic boxing promoter, has a past stained with a manslaughter conviction. Charles S. Dutton, celebrated for his acting prowess, faced a dark chapter involving a fatal altercation. The list continues, each name a stark reminder of the complexities behind fame. Jason Williams, C. Murder, Suge Knight, Michael JACE, and Kid CREOLE, all with stories of tragedy intertwined with their rise to stardom. These revelations serve as a poignant reminder that fame does not exempt anyone from the consequences of their actions. As we delve deeper into the lives of these celebrities, we are confronted with the harsh reality that behind every glamorous facade lies a human being with flaws, regrets, and, in some cases, profound sorrow. Brandy Norwood.
Was 2006 the worst time for you when you were involved in the accident and the woman was that the worst?
That was one of the worst times in my life.
Brandy Norwood is a famous singer, actress, and songwriter. In 2006, she was involved in a car accident that resulted in the death of a woman named Aboudihaj. This incident happened on December 30th, 2006, on a Los Angeles freeway. Brandy was driving her car when traffic slowed down suddenly. She couldn't stop in time, and her car struck the back of Aboudihaj's car. The impact caused Aboudihaj's car to hit another vehicle and then slide sideways, resulting in her death. Brandy was not seriously injured in the accident. After the accident, there was a lot of attention from the media and the public. Many people were shocked and saddened by the news of the accident and the loss of life. Some people also criticized Brandy for her involvement in the accident. The investigation into the accident found that Brandy was not under the influence of drugs or alcohol at the time of the crash. However, she was driving at a speed greater than the legal limit and was determined to be at fault for the accident. As a result of the accident, Brandy faced several legal consequences. She was charged with misdemeanor vehicular manslaughter. In 2007, she reached a settlement with Aboudihaj's family, agreeing to pay them an undisclosed amount of money. Brandy also faced a civil lawsuit from another driver involved in the accident, which was settled out of court. The incident had a significant impact on Brandy's career and personal life. She faced public scrutiny and criticism for her role in the accident. Some people questioned her character and judgment, while others expressed sympathy for the difficult situation she found herself in. Brandy took some time away from the spotlight, following the accident to focus on her personal life and deal with the aftermath of the incident. She later returned to her career, continuing to pursue her passion for music and acting. Overall, the Brandy Norwood incident serves as a reminder of the importance of safe driving and the consequences of reckless behavior behind the wheel. It also highlights the human toll of car accidents and the need for accountability when lives are lost due to negligence. While Brandy has moved on from the incident, it will always be a part of her personal history and legacy. Don King.
How did you kill a man in a fist fight?
Well, we was fighting one another and we was kicking one another, and his head hit the concrete, and it must have been a pretty bad blow, which I have suffered deep contrition for since it happened.
Don King, a well-known figure in the world of boxing promotion, was involved in a tragic incident in his past where he was accused of killing a man. This incident took place in 1954, when King was a younger man. He got into an altercation with a man named Sam Garrett in a gambling den in Cleveland, Ohio. During the altercation, King reportedly shot Garrett, resulting in his death. The details of the incident are somewhat unclear and have been subject to various interpretations and accounts over the years. Some reports suggest that King acted in self-defense, claiming that Garrett was threatening him with a gun. Others argue that the altercation stemmed from a disagreement over gambling debts. Following Garrett's death, King was charged with second-degree murder. However, he was later acquitted after the jury deliberated for only 90 minutes. The acquittal was attributed to King's defense team's argument that he acted in self-defense. Despite being acquitted, the incident left a lasting impact on King's reputation. It added to his already controversial persona and contributed to the perception of him as a figure involved in shady dealings. However, King went on to become one of the most successful and influential boxing promoters in history, managing some of the sport's biggest stars, including Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson. Throughout his career, King faced numerous legal battles and controversies, but the incident involving Sam Garrett remains one of the most significant events in his life. It serves as a reminder of the complexities of King's character and the challenges he faced on his journey to becoming a legendary figure in the world of boxing. Don King's involvement in the incident resulting in the death of Sam Garrett is a tragic and controversial episode in his life. While he was acquitted of the charges, the incident has left a lasting impact on his reputation and serves as a reminder of the challenges he faced on his path to success in the world of boxing promotion. Charles S. Dutton.
You spent 7 years in prison.
More than 7. So 7.5 the last time. 12 all total.
12 total.
7.5 the last time.
So you were in prison twice.
Charles S. Dutton, a well-known actor, director, and producer, was involved in a tragic incident where he ended up killing a man. This event took place in 1968 when Dutton was just 17 years old. He was living in Baltimore, Maryland at the time. The incident occurred during a street fight. Dutton got into a confrontation with another young man, and things escalated quickly. In the heat of the moment, Dutton stabbed the man with a knife, causing fatal injuries. The man died as a result of the altercation. Following the incident, Dutton was arrested and charged with manslaughter. He was tried as an adult and ultimately convicted of the crime. As a result, he was sentenced to prison. During his time in prison, Dutton underwent a profound transformation. He reflected on his actions and the consequences they had for both himself and the victim's family. Dutton also discovered a passion for acting while participating in a prison theater program. After serving his sentence, Dutton was determined to turn his life around. He pursued his newfound passion for acting with fervor, studying theater and honing his skills. Despite the challenges he faced as a convicted felon, Dutton persevered and eventually found success in the entertainment industry. Dutton's story is one of redemption and resilience. Despite the tragic mistake he made in his youth, he was able to overcome adversity and build a successful career as an actor. He has since become known for his powerful performances on stage and screen, earning acclaim and recognition for his talent. While the incident in 1968 will always be a part of Dutton's past, he has worked hard to move forward and make positive contributions to society. He has spoken openly about his experiences and the lessons he has learned, serving as an inspiration to others who may be facing similar challenges. Jason Williams.
Probably crying in my own beer, which, I shouldn't have been. Showing people guns, here goes a gun. I went to slap the gun, close to hand it. I didn't even know that Mr. Christophe was in the house there. The gun went off and hit Mr. Christophe in the chest, and it him instantly.
Jason Williams, a former professional basketball player, was involved in a tragic incident that resulted in the death of a man named Kostas Christofi. The incident occurred in February 2002 at Jason Williams' mansion in New Jersey, USA. During a gathering at his home, Williams was handling a shotgun when it accidentally discharged, fatally injuring Christophe. Following the incident, Williams faced legal consequences. He was charged with various offenses including reckless manslaughter, aggravated manslaughter, and tampering with evidence. The trial lasted for several years, during which Williams maintained that the shooting was accidental. However, prosecutors argued that Williams' reckless behavior led to Christophe's death. Throughout the legal proceedings, there were conflicting testimonies and evidence presented. Witnesses provided different accounts of the events leading up to the shooting, making it challenging to determine the exact circumstances. Despite the complexities of the case, Williams was eventually found guilty of aggravated manslaughter in 2004. The aftermath of the incident had a profound impact on both Williams and the victim's family. Williams expressed remorse for his actions and publicly apologized to Christophe's loved ones. He also reached a financial settlement with the victim's family to compensate for their loss. In addition to the legal repercussions, the incident tarnished Williams's reputation and effectively ended his basketball career. Once a celebrated athlete known for his talent on the court, Williams became synonymous with tragedy and controversy. In the years following his conviction, Williams underwent personal struggles and legal battles. He served time in prison and faced other legal troubles unrelated to the shooting incident. Despite these challenges, Williams has sought redemption and worked towards rebuilding his life. The Jason Williams incident serves as a sobering reminder of the consequences of reckless behavior and the importance of gun safety. It is a tragic event that has had lasting repercussions for all those involved, leaving a legacy of sorrow and regret. SUGE night.
There is some new and disturbing video that will impact the murder case against media mogul SUGE Knight, where Knight's truck apparently runs over the two men. The truck backs up, hits one man. Seconds later, the truck comes back and runs over that.
SUGE Knight, a prominent figure in the hip-hop music industry, was involved in a tragic incident where a person lost their life. The incident occurred in January 2015 during a confrontation on the set of a commercial for the movie Straight Outta Compton in Compton, California. The person who lost their life was Terry Carter, a respected businessman and friend of SUGE Knight. Reports suggest that an argument broke out between SUGE Knight and another individual, Clee Bone Sloan, on the set. It's believed that the argument escalated, leading to SUGE Knight getting into his truck and allegedly running over both Clee Sloan and Terry Carter. Terry Carter suffered fatal injuries as a result of being struck by SUGE Knight's vehicle. Clee Sloan also sustained injuries but survived the incident. The tragic event shocked the music industry and led to legal repercussions for SUGE Knight. Following the incident, SUGE Knight faced legal charges, including murder, attempted murder, and hit and run. He was arrested shortly after the incident and held in custody awaiting trial. The incident also brought attention to the volatile nature of disputes within the music industry and the dangers associated with conflicts escalating into violence. It sparked discussions about the need for conflict resolution and the importance of maintaining peaceful interactions, especially in high-stress environments. SUGE Knight's trial garnered significant media attention, with many closely following the proceedings and speculating about the outcome. The legal process was complex and drawn out, involving multiple hearings and testimonies. Ultimately, in 2018, SUGE Knight pleaded no contest to voluntary manslaughter in a plea deal with prosecutors. He was sentenced to 28 years in prison for the death of Terry Carter and the injuries inflicted on Clee Sloan. The incident serves as a sobering reminder of the consequences of violence and the importance of resolving conflicts peacefully. It also highlights the need for accountability and justice in cases where lives are tragically lost. C. Murder.
Corey Miller, known to many of you as C. Murder, has spent more than a decade in prison, and up until a few days ago, he wasn't sure if he'd ever get out.
I've been snatched away from my family from raising my kids.
C. Murder, whose real name is Corey Miller, was involved in a tragic incident that resulted in the loss of a life. In 2002, he was convicted of the second-degree murder of a 16-year-old named Steve Thomas. The incident took place in a nightclub in Louisiana, where an altercation occurred between Miller and Thomas. Reports suggest that during the altercation, Miller pulled out a gun and fatally shot Thomas. The incident shocked many, as Miller was a well-known rapper at the time, with a successful career in the music industry. However, this incident tarnished his reputation and led to legal consequences. During the trial, witnesses testified against Miller, claiming to have seen him shoot Thomas. The prosecution presented evidence, including eyewitness accounts and forensic analysis, to support their case. As a result, Miller was found guilty of second-degree murder and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The aftermath of the incident had a significant impact on both families involved. Thomas's family mourned the loss of their loved one, while Miller's family faced the consequences of his actions. The incident also sparked discussions about gun violence and the responsibility of public figures. Despite his conviction, Miller maintained his innocence and continued to appeal his case. Over the years, there have been various legal proceedings and appeals, with Miller seeking to overturn his conviction. However, as of the latest updates available, he remains incarcerated serving his sentence. The C murder incident serves as a reminder of the consequences of violence and the importance of accountability. It also highlights the complexities of the criminal justice system and the impact of such incidents on the lives of those involved. Michael JACE.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Michael Andrew JACE, guilty of the crime of murder of April JACE.
Michael JACE is an actor who became famous for his role in the TV show The Shield. But in 2014, he became known for something terrible. He killed his wife, April JACE, in their home in Los Angeles. On May 19, 2014, a tragic incident occurred at the JACE household. Michael JACE made a call to emergency services, confessing that he had shot his wife. When the police arrived, they found April JACE dead from gunshot wounds. It was a shocking and sad event that left many people wondering what could have led to such a tragedy. Reports later revealed that there had been issues in their marriage, including arguments and financial problems. Michael JACE was arrested and charged with the murder of his wife. He faced trial, and during the proceedings, it was revealed that the shooting happened during an argument. JACE's defense claimed that he had acted in the heat of passion, but the prosecution argued that it was a premeditated act. In the end, Michael JACE was found guilty of second-degree murder. He was sentenced to 40 years to life in prison. This means he will spend a minimum of 40 years behind bars before he is eligible for parole. The incident was a tragedy not only for the JACE family, but also for their friends, fans, and the community at large. It served as a reminder of the serious consequences of domestic violence and conflict within relationships. April JACE was described as a loving mother and a kind person by those who knew her. Her death was mourned by many, and her memory lives on in the hearts of those who loved her. The case of Michael JACE serves as a reminder that even those in the public eye can face serious personal struggles, and that violence is never the answer to resolving conflicts. It also highlights the importance of seeking help and support when facing difficulties in relationships. Kid Creole.
New York arrested a 57-year-old rap pioneer for a deadly stabbing. Nathaniel Glover Jr. is accused of stabbing a 55-year-old man just before midnight Tuesday. The man was found on the sidewalk near Grand Central.
Kid Creole, whose real name is Nathaniel Glover, was involved in a tragic incident where he fatally stabbed a homeless man, John Jolly, on a New York City street. This incident occurred in August 2017. Kid Creole was a founding member of the pioneering hip-hop group Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. According to reports, the altercation between Kid Creole and John Jolly started when Jolly allegedly made a remark that Kid Creole perceived as a proposition for S. This led to an argument between them, which quickly escalated. During the heated exchange, Kid Creole stabbed Jolly multiple times with a steak knife. Unfortunately, despite efforts to save him, John Jolly succumbed to his injuries and passed away. The incident shocked the hip-hop community and fans of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. After the stabbing, Kid Creole was arrested and charged with second-degree murder. He claimed that he acted in self-defense, stating that he believed Jolly was armed and intended to rob him. However, prosecutors argued that there was no evidence to support Kid Creole's claim of self-defense. During the trial, witnesses testified to seeing the altercation between Kid Creole and Jolly, but there were conflicting accounts of what exactly happened. Ultimately, the jury found Kid Creole guilty of manslaughter in the second degree in connection with the death of John Jolly. In September 2021, Kid Creole was sentenced to 14 years in prison for his role in the fatal stabbing. The sentencing marked the end of a tragic chapter in the history of hip-hop, as one of its pioneering figures was held accountable for a senseless act of violence. The incident serves as a reminder of the consequences of conflicts escalating into violence and the importance of resolving disputes peacefully. It also highlights the complexities and challenges of navigating life on the streets, where tensions can flare up quickly with devastating results. The hidden truths behind the glitz and glamour of celebrity life offer a sobering reminder of our shared humanity. The stories of Brandy Norwood, Don King, Charles S. Dutton, Jason Williams, C. Murder, SUGE Knight, Michael JACE, and Kid Creole reveal the complexities of fame and the weight of past actions. Despite their talents and achievements, they are not immune to the consequences of their past mistakes. As we reflect on their journeys, may we remember to extend empathy and understanding, recognizing that behind the fame are individuals with their own struggles, triumphs, and capacity for growth.